guys, I'm so glad you're joining me here today. Today I wanted to share with you my little finds that I got when we went on our trip to Ohio this past weekend. We left last Thursday and we stayed through Sunday. So I got to go antiquing for the first time. We went to, let's see, 3, maybe 4 little cities, antiquing, little towns. We had the best time, and boy, you guys that live in Ohio or close enough to go antiquing in Ohio, you don't know how lucky you are, or maybe you do. They had so many beautiful things and the prices were really good. So I found a few little treasures that I couldn't come home without. So I want to share those with you first. Let me see. Let me start with, I got this big basket here. This is a feather basket, and it's got the lid that goes with it. Have no idea where I'm going to put this big thing, but these are hard to find. I love these and I have a hard time finding these. And I got this in a town in Indiana. We actually went to a town in Indiana called Cambridge City, Indiana, and we went there first. We got there Thursday, a little bit around lunchtime, and we had the best time. That was the best little antiquing spot. So I got this at one of the malls there and got a really good price on this, so I was really happy with that. And then next, we went to another place in Cambridge City, and I met 3 of the sweetest ladies there that had watched my YouTube, so they recognized me, and we just had the best time talking. And their names were Robin, Bonnie, and Pam. So you girls, it was so much fun talking to you. I really enjoyed it. And I picked up this neat little carrier. It kind of has the old green looking paint on it that I like, kind of a grayish looking green. I really love that. And I picked that up. It was $79, which was, I thought, was a pretty good price for that tote. So not sure yet. I think I may either use it in here on my kitchen table, or I may use it on my deck. But I'm going to show you what I end up doing with this stuff. But I love that. All right, now let's see. And I have to share this with you guys. I went in this shop, one of the first places we went in when we got to Cambridge City, and there was a lady in there that owned this mall, and of course, we got to talking because she recognized me, had been watching my YouTube, and she was so sweet. And a lot of these ladies I got pictures with, so as I'm talking about it, I'm going to put those pictures up on the screen so you can see these ladies. But she was so sweet, and I didn't get her name, and I am so sorry I didn't get her name, but she gave me this. And if you guys, does anybody have any idea what this thing is? She asked me if I knew what it was, and I said, to me it looks like something that you would roast marshmallows and hot dogs on, but it's not. She said it is a chicken catcher. I guess they would take the handle and reach out and grab the chickens by the neck with this thing. So thank you so much for giving me this. I'm going to hang it. I'm probably going to put me a little hole in here and hang it from one of my little racks in here in the kitchen. So thank you so much. I love that, and I so do appreciate it. Okay, from there, after we left there, that was on Thursday. On Friday, we went to this big antique mall in Springfield, Ohio, and it was called the Heart of Ohio Antique Mall. It had, oh my goodness, 1,400 and something booths in it. So it took us a long time to go through that. And after we had just no sooner got in there, and I looked around the corner, and here come my friend Tara, just getting it. I guess she heard us talking and knew we were in there. So Tara Crabtree and her husband Brent, we spent the afternoon with them going through the mall, and we had such a good time. And we left there and went to Waynesville, Ohio, and went to a few more shops there and spent some time with them, but we had a really good time. And when we were in that antique mall, let's see, what did I get there? One thing I got was this sampler. Now this is just a print of a sampler, but it looks so old. Tara and I both saw this hanging on the wall, and the pretty part about it, I don't think you'll be able to see it, but it has the wavy glass on it, like, you know, you would see on an old sampler. And the frame, what I think I'm going to do on this frame, this blue is just probably a little too light, a little too bright for me. So I'm probably going to try to darken this up some, but I just loved it. I thought it was so pretty. And you guys are not going to believe, I got this thing for $14. It was I think it was $20, and then they had, 10%, no, it was on sale. They had a sale running in that booth. I think it was 30% off everything in that booth. So I got this for $14. So I thought that was a steal. Shoot, the wavy glass is worth that. So I was tickled to get this. Okay, now another thing that I got at the big, huge antique mall was this wonderful lamp. I love this, that blackened tin. And this was in, I don't know, I spotted it as soon as I was coming down the aisle. I spotted it. And these are so expensive around here. I mean, really expensive. And when I got there and looked at it, they had $90 on the tag. And then at this particular antique mall, anything over $40 is 10% off. So I ended up getting this for $81, which I was tickled to death to get it for that price because, like I said, they could run upwards of probably around close to $300 here. So I was tickled to get that. And let's see. And then I got this little sconce, this little tin sconce. And I believe this came from, it was Cambridge City, and it was, I think this store was called 125 Mercantile. It was right there in the antique district. And that was really cheap too. I think this was $21, which was, again, all this little tin stuff around here is expensive. So I really like that. And I bought this redware plate at the big antique mall in Springfield. And it came out of, I think it was, someone had said that was David T. Smith's booth. And, you know, he makes all that beautiful redware. So this one, I just love anything that's Turtle Creek redware. And I know that they sell that at David T. Smith's shop, or maybe he makes it, but the ones that I'm so crazy about say Betty Lou on the back because they're signed. You can tell where they've signed it on the back and it says Betty Lou. So it seems like when I go back and look at all my favorite pieces, they're always signed by her. And they were made, now this one says 2020, Betty Lou 2020 is what we had on this one. And then I got Mama a little redware plate, and hers also had Betty Lou. I wish I had a picture of it to show you. I've already given it to her. It had Betty Lou on the back of hers too. Her designs are so pretty. They just look so old to me. So anyway, I got those two redware pieces, and again, they were 10% off. So I got a pretty good deal on those redware plates too, because they're pretty expensive around here too. I just love going to Ohio. I have to go back. I literally have to go back to Ohio again, maybe this fall or maybe next year. And I bought these two little Crocs. I didn't really need these two little Crocs, but I like these. You know, I have a little, I know you guys have seen it, a little thing that runs down the center of my table, like a little, I don't even know what you call it. That little blue thing I had that looked like a little miniature bench. I had it down my center of my table, and I had it lined up with Crocs, and I thought these would be perfect to sit on there. These were $8 a piece. So I thought you can't get any kind of antique Croc for $8. So I went ahead and picked those up. So everything I really got at a really good price. You know, I was really happy with the prices on everything. My big piece that I got at the big, huge antique mall, I'll share that with you next and what my plans are to do with it. So that's everything I got on Friday. And then Saturday was the day of the Back to Our Roots show. And we went there and had, oh my goodness, we had such a good time, and I met so many people. And I'm going to share with you just I didn't get to get pictures of everyone that I met, but I did manage to get a few pictures, so I want to share some of those with you. And all you ladies out there and gentlemen, it was so nice meeting you, and you guys just really made me feel special that day. It was really, really fun, and I appreciate all of you. You were so kind, and it was just so much fun meeting all of you. But at that show, I bought the sweetest little thing for my mama. As soon as I saw it, I said, oh my goodness, I've got to get this for Mama. It was just right up her alley. And Mama didn't come with me. I tried to get her to go with me, but bless her heart, she just is not doing that interstate. She doesn't like the interstate, so I couldn't talk her into it. So I thought I'm going to pick her up something good. So I got her that redware plate, and then I got her the cutest concrete sheep that this couple had made. I think the lady made. There was a couple there, and she said that she had made all these, and they were made out of concrete. She had made these sheeps for your garden. And I've got a video of it. I'm going to show where I took it over to Mama and gave it to her. I'll share that with you. But he was the cutest little thing. It's like that little sheep was just talking to me. As soon as I passed by, I knew he wanted to go home with me and go live in my mama's yard. So I'll share that with you. It was sure cute. But that show was a wonderful show. And, you know, all the dealers there had the most beautiful things. And it was really fun. We really had a fun weekend. It was fun getting away and just getting to do a little antiquing, and yeah, I really had a good time. Now I wanted to take just a minute for those of you that are new here and maybe don't know, I have a Shopify store where I have made reproduction prints of samplers that I have stitched through the many years that I've been stitching. And this is just a line of, I've got several, but this is just a few of the ones that I have that are patriotic themed, Americana. So I thought I'd give you just a little look at those. And with 4th of July just around the corner, I wanted to make sure I shared these with you. Now we'll be having a line coming out in August. It'll probably be mid-August. That will be my fall samplers. So I've got several that I'm going to be getting ready for that. And of course I know that fall is a lot of our favorite time of the year, but that should be coming up soon. So I will list the information here on the screen of how to get to my Shopify store, and I will list that information in the description box as well. And I appreciate it. Thank you guys all so much that have bought from me, and I hope you're enjoying your sampler prints. Okay, y'all, so this right here, this was my little find of the trip. The first aisle we went down, Ricky and I were heading down the aisle, and I spotted this, and I was like, oh my gosh. Of course, I love this Chippendale looking, these early looking pieces that I felt like it would be pretty in my bedroom. But you know how it is, you walk up on it and you're like, oh, I'm just scared to even look at the tag. I won't be able to afford it. It's going to cost way too much. So they had a tag right here and a tag hanging off the front of it. And I looked at it and I said, wait a minute, that can't be right. So I looked up here and it said the same thing. And I was like, Ricky, I can't believe this. Something's wrong. This thing was $85. And it said on the tag early, it said early Chippendale desk, 1700s. So I'm thinking there's just no way, something's wrong. So the only thing I could figure is when you open this, you can see here's why it was, which I don't care because I'm going to keep it closed anyway. But they have used a hinge. They probably tried to repair the hinges, had maybe gotten broken on the little flip down desk, and they put a piece of plywood in here to repair it. But when you open it up and close it, it looks fine. It looks so pretty. I love it. And it's got all the original pulls, and then it has these little things that come out where the desk would lay on. And you can tell by the feet on it that it's old, the way it sets. And so anyway, so as you can see, you could tell by the base that it was sitting on. It's definitely an old piece, and it's all dovetailed together. So for me, it doesn't have to be perfect. If it has that look I'm after, I'm happy with it. So I know there's a lot of people that probably wouldn't be satisfied with this, you know, because it's not perfect. Not me. I love it. I was a happy little camper. But here's what I did. We had an SUV that we had driven, and I knew if I bought this piece on Friday, when I went to the show, Back to Our Roots show on Saturday, I'm like, oh my gosh, what if I find something there I like better? Because I knew I could only fit one big piece in the car. So I said, you know what? I can't get it today because I'm afraid I'll find something. So we went to the show on Saturday, and I ended up not finding a big piece there. And I just knew, I said, oh, we're going to go back. It's going to be gone. And when we pulled up in the parking lot Saturday, that parking lot was so full of people. And we were walking down through the aisle. And as we approached this piece, there were two men looking at it. And they had picked up the price, and they were like, $85. And I said, oh, gosh, Ricky, they're going to get it. I know they're going to get it. We're not going to get it. He's like, calm down. Just calm down. So they looked at it for a little bit, and they walked off. And oh, I was so thankful. So I went and found the little lady that worked there and told her if she would to mark this sold. So it was $85, and anything in that antique mall was 10% off of anything that was $40 or more. So I got this thing for $76. So we loaded her up and headed south with her. So here we are now trying to cram her in this full house of mine. So let's see how it looks in my bedroom. Okay, y'all, the first thing I've got to do, this has got to go. This is a real primitive cabinet that I bought. It was probably one of the first things I bought when I started liking primitives. And it's just too primitive for this room. It's kind of gotten more colonial in here. So I'm going to take this out, get rid of this. I'll probably put it on Marketplace. And then I want to show y'all what came out of this cabinet. Are y'all ready? All right, that's part of the mountain that came out of this cabinet. Let me show you guys from this side. This is my pillows, my seasonal pillows, my bed covers that I changed for the seasons. Now I'm thinking, where on earth am I going to put all this stuff? All right, I got my help here today. Greg volunteered. You did volunteer, Greg.
Yes, I did.
You volunteered because we were moving furniture last week at Mama's house, and now here we are moving furniture today at my house. But let me tell y'all something. If you don't have these and you have carpet in any of your rooms, these sliders are the grandest things ever invented. I bought these a couple weeks ago because I had all those cupboards to move. And once I got these, they will slide a big old huge piece across the carpet. So easy. So we're going to try to put some sliders under this thing and see if we can get this to move. All right, so here's my plan. This was like a little lower high boy, a low high boy. That don't even sound right, but that's what it was. And we took all the drawers out so it wouldn't be as heavy to move. So this piece is going to go on the wall where I just moved that other big primitive cabinet. So we're going to stick our little sliders under here, and let's hope this goes as easy as the last thing did. I know it's probably going to be hard for you to see because I can't get a good angle at showing you what it looks like from the front because this piece kind of sets on the other side of my bed that has the canopy and the curtains. So the curtains are getting in the way, so I'm just going to try to do the best here with what I can. But I'm just going to try to find what I want to set on top of here. And I have this wonderful it's like a pipe holder, and it has just a kind of a grain paint on it. So I think I'm going to put it, kind of set it this way maybe, or like this, maybe like this. And then I've got a really pretty crock I think I'm going to put right here. I've had this crock forever. I bought it so long ago. It's not old, it's row pottery, but I still think it's so beautiful. I love it. So I'm going to, this sets, it's like a water cooler. So I think I'm going to set that up there. I think that looks pretty. And over here in this corner, I have like a coat rack. So I've got this little thing. I've had this forever too. I bought this at a Colonial fair a long time ago, this little vest here. So I've hung a powder horn around it, and I had it hanging on this cabinet, on the front door of this cabinet, the primitive cabinet that I got rid of. So I think I'm going to try and just hang it over in this corner. Let's see if we can make that work. I may need to get me something to hang right here, some kind of hat. Let's go see what we can find. So here we've got us a hat here, and let's see. All right, kind of fills this corner up. Now, got a little light here. I'm going to put my little light right here in the middle. All right, I think that's got that corner. Now let's go over here and work on my desk. Let's go work on my desk. Okay, I'm here in the bedroom and I finally got my piece in place, and I ended up having to move this larger cabinet down some. I slid it down, and because this piece was a little wider than I thought. So now I've been going all through the house trying to figure out what on earth am I going to hang above this piece. So kind of what I've come up with that I'm gonna try. I don't know how I like it, but I'm gonna try to hang these two primitive portraits that I have here. But I'm gonna start first and get kind of what I want on top of here, so I'll know how high to hang my pictures. So I need to go figure out what I want to put here on the top of this. Now, like this. This is an old box that I bought years ago. We had a show here called Days of the Pioneer, and it was up in Clinton, Tennessee. And I bought this a long time ago there. And I think I bought it from Christina Hummel. And I've always loved this box. It has the little brass looking little, whatever you call those, little tacks where people would put their initials. So I think I'm going to start with that. And then I don't think my new lamp that I got will fit here because the arms are going to be too wide. But I do think I have one that will fit here. Let me run and get that. Now this lamp is similar to the one that I bought. And I think that it'll fit perfect right there. Now, I didn't think about this. I've got to get this thing pulled back out to get this lamp plugged in. Oh, and this thing weighs a ton. Oh, that wasn't too bad. Okay, now let's try these portraits. This might be too low. Boy, I don't know how that happened, but they managed to get pretty even. I think that'll do. I think I'm going to set a couple of books here. Got a couple of big books, and just set this lamp on top of the books. And let's put a few little books. I love leather books. So let's put a few of these. So now I've got to work on this little area because I took those two portraits down to hang over my desk. So now I've got this. It's heavy, but let's see here. Maybe if I hang this big sampler back there. It's a print of a sampler, but it's a print of an antique sampler, but I think it's really pretty. So I'm going to try just hanging that behind this piece. I think I'll like this okay if I move these mirrors closer in. I've got two Chippendale mirrors, so I'm going to scoot them in. Now this should be a simple little fix. I just want to make this light blue look darker. I think this is going to look better with a darker frame. In my house anyway, I think it'll look better. So I'm just going to use my Waverly Antiquing Wax, my go-to for everything. Let me shake it up. And I'm not going to unframe it because I'm just going to be very, very careful. Brushing some of this on. Just going to try to take a little sponge. Start kind of rubbing a little bit of this off. do these edges. So you can kind of see that it just darkened the frame up a little bit, and it's still wet. So we're just gonna let it dry. Well, I'm gonna try my new lamp up here. So let's see, I think that looks okay there. Let me back up and see if I like it there or not. Well, I think I may put it in the center of my fireplace. Let me try that. Every time you get something new, you start moving everything around, and before you know it, you've moved everything. All right, let's unplug that one. And I'll probably take down the little candle sconce in between the two pictures. Now y'all can see it a little better. I think that looks pretty right there. I may add a little bit more. Let's put, oh, that's heavy. Put that smaller crock. I think I like that better with the little lamp with all those lights right here on the mantle. Well, here's where I ended up putting my sampler. I ended up rearranging a little bit of these samplers, and I put it up here, and it's just hanging above this little cupboard I've got here. And it just, I like the darker frame. I think that looks pretty. And I've just got this hanging. This is just a little area of samplers as you come down my hall. So I think that's a good little place for that. And there's my little blackened hearts. And my basket, I walked in here with my basket a few minutes ago to try to find where to put it, and I said, well, my goodness, that's the perfect spot right there. I've got my wool hanging above it, and I just set it right here in this corner. I think it looks perfect right there next to that cabinet that I got a couple weeks ago. And y'all saw what I did with the light above my fireplace. I kind of like with all those lights over there with the fireplace, it kind of gives it a cozier little feel in here. I ended up tweaking this just a little bit. I ended up hanging 3 different mirrors. I didn't have room for the 4th one down on the other end, but I just hung those 3 mirrors over the top of this cabinet. And then I put a big basket because I hate plugs. Plugs, when you got big white plugs sticking out, I just don't like that. So I just put a big basket in here with some little coverlets. Hides that plug pretty good. And then I ended up putting one of my little sampler prints up here where I had moved that first cabinet. Okay, I'm just about finished. I think I'm down to maybe 2 more things, and one of them is this carrier. Now, I bought it with the intentions of putting it on my kitchen table, so I'm going to try it real quick and see what it looks like. May not like it. You know, you buy something with the intentions of putting it one place and you end up putting it somewhere else. Or, worst case scenario, you have nowhere to put it. So we'll see. All right, let's see here. I think I'm going to set it out on my deck, on my little sawbuck table out there. I haven't been able to find anything so far this year that I like out there. So I think I'm going to set this out there because I love this, but with these banister back looking chairs around it, I don't know. I think this is just going to look better out on the deck. Well, I think got spider webs on here. I think this is definitely going to look better than this. Yeah, I like this out here. I wish I had a whole bunch of little clay pots to put in this, just little ones. Not, you know, not very big, but I don't. So I'm going to have to be on the lookout for some of those. I think those would look cute sitting in here since I'm using this outside. But for now, we'll just set her here empty. I think it looks pretty just like it is. Okay, y'all remember the little bird eggs I showed you a few weeks ago? Well, no, it hasn't been that long, maybe a couple weeks ago. Now, we have little babies. Are you waiting on your mommy? I think every fern I have on this place has a bird nest in it. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video today. I am absolutely worn out. I've been going at it all day long, moving and changing things out and trying to find little homes for my things that I got this past weekend. But I had fun doing it, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I thank you for joining me. I thank you for all of your kind comments and all of you that watch me every week. I sure do appreciate it. Hope you guys have a good week, and I'll just see you in the next one.